What's going on, everybody? My name is Aiden and welcome back to another video. Ladies and gentlemen, we have some interesting news in terms of the coaching position for the Chicago Bulls, and it looks like, a rival. Wouldn't even say a rival, it's just another team out there in the NBA is looking to try and take one of our assistant coaches. And how is this to be? Well, we're going to have to talk a little bit about it in this video. Before we get any further, if you like the video and you want to see more from me, drop a like, drop a follow, and or subscribe if you are new. And let me know in the comments below your thoughts about the Chicago Bulls and whether or not you believe that this can happen and that a team in the New York Knicks can steal Maurice Cheeks away from the Chicago Bulls. I want to read something that Woj has said in relation to this situation, and it goes as follows. The New York Knicks are planning to hire Maurice Cheeks as an assistant on Tom Thibodeau's coaching staff, sources tell ESPN. Cheeks, a Hall of Fame guard, has been a three-time head coach in the NBA and most recently on Billy Donovan's staff in Chicago and Oklahoma City. So a very interesting conversation to be had, ladies and gentlemen. Now you might be saying, okay, the Knicks are planning to hire Maurice Cheeks. What's wrong with that? Ultimately, Maurice Cheeks can decide to go. He can decide to go and join the New York Knicks. That's up to him, really. I don't think the Bulls are going to stand in his way if he wanted to leave Chicago. But what's very interesting about this situation is not too long ago, we made another assistant coach's video, and we're talking about Maurice Cheeks taking more of a part-time role with the Chicago Bulls, and that was to go and spend more time with his family and other personal projects that he may have. Ultimately, this is a contradicting story here, ladies and gentlemen. That is what I'm trying to say. On one side, we were told Maurice Cheeks will stay with the Chicago Bulls, but take more of a part-time role to spend more time with his family, more opportunities on the personal side, and doesn't necessarily want to be an assistant coach for the entire season. Then you got something on the other side that suggests that the New York Knicks are highly interested in Maurice Cheeks as an assistant coach and are planning to hire him. There's key words that we need to decipher here. First and foremost is the key word planning. This means it has not been done yet. Now, ultimately, when Woj speaks, you have to take some merit in this situation. When Woj and Shams are giving you news updates, you almost consider that to be finalized, even though it's not necessarily finalized at this point in time. So planning doesn't mean it's been successful. So I still believe Maurice Cheeks is part of the Chicago Bulls assistant coaching staff, but that, of course, can be subject to change. And, of course, you do have to ask the question, well, why would Maurice Cheeks want to leave the Chicago Bulls when he basically has the things that he wants? If he didn't want, a full-time assistant coaching position, that's what he's gotten at the end of the day. He's now a part-time assistant coach. We've basically given anything he wanted. He's been part of Billy Donovan's coaching staff since the Oklahoma City Thunder days. That's something even I didn't know about Maurice Cheeks. But ultimately, he's gotten everything that he wanted, so why would he want to leave the Chicago Bulls and the situation that he's in? And the only answer I could give to that situation is that he might feel the Chicago Bulls are not ready to compete, while the New York Knicks are in a situation to compete. At the end of the day, just because he's a coach, an assistant coach, heck, even if he was in the management situation, you look at certain situations as opportunities to win. And I think coaches will view this in the same way. If there's a golden opportunity to go and join a New York Knicks team that I think finished second in the Eastern Conference, is still getting players back, and has potential to really start dominating the Eastern Conference for the next foreseeable future, for the next 2-3 years at least, why would you not want to take that opportunity? And you also need to begin to ask the question, well, okay, maybe his heart just isn't in the Chicago Bulls team anymore. Maybe his heart isn't in this specific team. Maybe his heart isn't really in this environment anymore. And if that's the case, then we probably shouldn't be keeping him anyway. As much as he's a well-respected assistant coach, as much as he is someone that's highly valued in the Chicago Bulls organization, and I believe the majority of Bulls fans really love Maurice Cheeks, at the end of the day, if his heart is not necessarily in it, and that's why he did decide to take a part-time role, if another team is willing to snatch him away, I don't think the Bulls should be fighting this, in all honesty. I think they should just let it happen and try to go for that experienced assistant coach once again. But this is definitely going to be a hindrance, because you know, we should be past this stage by now where we're talking about assistant coaches. Basically, the majority of our assistant coaches left, and we've got majority of the replacements in. Maurice Cheeks is one of the only few that actually stayed. And if we're going to be dealing with this situation a few weeks later, talking about Maurice Cheeks leaving and joining the New York Knicks, well, at the end of the day, it's just a hindrance, if anything. And it's something that I don't necessarily want to be talking about right now when we're only a week and a half away from the draft and we still got free agency. And heck, the NBA Finals even is on right now. Boston are on the verge of winning a championship. These are the things that we should be focusing on as NBA fans. I thought we will pass this stage, but ultimately it seems we are not. And business in all avenues still need to be dealt with. So we'll wait and see what comes of this. Again, it doesn't look official as of yet. So there's still a chance Maurice Cheeks will be a Chicago Bulls player by the end, or a Chicago Bulls assistant coach by the end of this. But once again, when Woj speaks, things happen. When Woj is saying the Knicks are planning to hire Maurice Cheeks, you can bet your top dollar the Knicks are expecting to hire Maurice Cheeks. We'll just have to wait and see if they can get that done. And for the Bulls, it's just a waiting game, maybe a replacement game if need be. That's really all I got to say in terms of this video. It's a short video. I don't need to really specify any more into this situation. We don't need to add any more details to this. We don't need to add any more speculation. Thank you guys for watching. Drop a like and a follow and or subscribe if you are new. And I will see you in the next one. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay tuned for more. Take care and peace.